We cutting loose.
All right, guys, it's time for an episode of Alright Bet. If you've been with us the last couple of years, y'all know how this works. If you're following us every day for the baseball picks, you know how it works on there. We're posting them every day. But if you're new to the crew, we're posting an episode every week. We got the Big Six picks coming up, and Alright Bet will be its own episode every week. So tune in over there on YouTube, Kuttin Loose Network, DWMOD Alright Bet, and we're giving you all our football picks. We've been handing you baseball money. Go on and go check out the football money.
Wanna bet?
Cash money.
It's time for another episode of Alright Bet.
Wanna bet?
No! God, please, no! No!
Tease it. Tease it.
When I want a chicken dinner.
I'd buy that for $1.
Did it to us again, man. Did it to us again.
What is he buying for a dollar?
I think that's the old RoboCop. You know what I mean? The guy on the TV that gambles all the time. I'll buy that for $1.
Right.
I don't know. Like we're giving out value dollar bets. I don't know. He should. Louis, can you just edit that thing so he says I'll buy that for $5? Right?
Yeah. $10. Put a parlay.
We'll give it a whirl. He said we'll give it a whirl. We'll give it a whirl. See if we can fix that up, man.
We cut some Musburger. There's Al Michaels got some gambling stuff. Important to some. There's stuff out there.
Oh, he said we don't want to get sued. We can't use that stuff. The guy from RoboCop is dead. He said.
That's fine. Right? He's not.
All right, guys. So listen, this is how this thing's gonna work for everybody that's new to the crew. We're gonna give away our bets every single weekend on Alright Bet. We're handing out a bunch of college and pro games this week. It's NCAA Week 1. We're gonna, if you want those baseball picks, go check them out and tune in and look at that. We just posted the number today. I believe we're like 462 and 332 or something. Like so, we're closing in on going up 200 by the end of the season. I'm hoping. Check those out every single day. DWMOD Pod on Instagram and TikTok. If you're over there on Facebook checking it out, it's just Mikey Wilson, but you'll see the DWMOD logo. For some reason, Andy, Facebook will not let you change your business account to your business name. I'm like, everyone else has theirs.
Right.
They keep denying me from changing it to DWMOD Pod, which it used to be. And they changed it to got to be your real name. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We'll figure it out.
Facebook sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It
does.
But as a company,
they do. We get a lot of traffic over there. So you can just check it out on Mikey Wilson. You'll see the circle, DWMOD. Disagree with me or don't. You can't mess it up. All right, Andy, week 1, NCAA action. We're starting tonight, Thursday night. I'm all over the Warhawks. As we know. I'm just going to start right there. It's Thursday night, Nolan's first game, ULM. Now, I checked it this morning. Yesterday, I got in on a bunch of bets at 23.5. Okay, they got St. Francis of Pennsylvania at home in Monroe. Yesterday, I got on them at 23.5. You know what the line is this morning?
I did see it this morning, by the way, and at
31.
31, baby. I liked ULM at 23.5. 31. I it's hard, but I would still probably, why not? I guess I'll probably stay away from me.
I'm glad I got in yesterday, man. If that thing moved more than a touchdown overnight, that's good for me.
Yeah, it seems like it's moving your way for sure.
Yeah,
it moves your way.
Now I don't want to jinx anything.
It would be more concerning if it was like 13. You'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, if it moved the other way, we'd be in trouble. Usually you see a move like a field goal, though. A full score, that means the pros are on this game. Now, I don't want to jinx anything like I just said, but let's fill you guys in for the rest of the year on St. Francis, PA. This is an FCS team. Had some good teams in the last couple of years, pretty decent teams and all that, but they made an announcement at the end of last season, guys, that they are no longer going to be Division I, no longer going to be in the scholarship game, period. They're not getting involved. This NIL's crushing them. They are going full Division III starting next year. So everybody that was on that team and on scholarship and stuff that were Division I athletes last year left. They've got, you would assume they've got a team full of like Division III guys right now, and they're playing a D1 schedule.
Yeah, if I'm betting this game at its current price, if I'm being completely honest, I'm probably taking the plus 31. It's just a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
So yeah. I mean, ULM's going to beat them and probably handily. but 31's a lot. I'd also
It's a
wait.
lot.
To be honest, I'd also wait, and because it might go to 32 or 33. So
Yeah, if hold on if you want to do that. Like I said, got in yesterday 23.5, but the big point here is gambling wise, guys. Watch St. Francis every single week. See how they do tonight, see who they're playing in the next couple of weeks, and look to take advantage of that situation. All right, other games tonight, Andy. Who do you like on the docket Thursday night?
I want to start with a couple. First, I like USF to give Boise State all they can handle, right?
Okay.
And part of my thing is, so I think I've seen it up to 8.5. I think now it's like 5.5, 6.5. It's in that range somewhere. That's getting a little tight for me, but I still like it. I'm still taking USF. I just think Boise State, everyone's kind of writing them in as the G5 rep. And for us to kind of be right about what we're talking about, a lot of people to be right, Boise State's going to have to immediately show us some kinks in the armor. The other thing is I think it's South Florida, right? And it's at what, like 5:30, 4:30 South Florida time, whatever, East Coast time. It's hot. It's just hot. And these kids coming from Boise might not like the heat. And these South Florida kids might like the heat. So a lot of things for me just kind of push me towards South Florida, the points. And I would probably sprinkle and take just a little dab of that money line. Just a dab. I'm not taking a lot, taking a dab.
Listen, I'm not going to hate on that. The rumor mill is South Florida kind of turned the corner at the end of last year, which wasn't great for them, and they look to be pretty good. A lot of people think they're going to contend. That's a shot to take there. I'm going to be out on that one. I'll give you another one that I'm definitely in on. And again, this line yesterday night was Bowling Green laying 16.5 to Lafayette. This morning, it is up to 21. So if you got in yesterday, man, you got in on a great one, because I'm telling you right now, Lafayette's terrible. This is a terrible football program down in Lafayette, Louisiana. They're bad. Yeah. Bowling Green, not the cream of the crop in the MAC, but a tough MAC team. They'll go in there and push them around.
Okay. I like that one. It's probably not on my card, but I like it. Yeah, because now it's at 21.5. I'm looking at it. I see.
Again, bumped up to 21.5 now. Now you can you tease that thing down to 14 points, guys. I think you're going to be gold as a goose. I'll tell you that right now, man. The golden goose. And Andy, for everybody that we're betting all season long here, and there's a little piece of gambling advice that a wise man once gave a group of children. I'd like to share with everybody right here. Now, pay attention. This is wise gambling advice here.
What advice do you have the kids not to gamble?
So with gambling, there's no such thing as losers. There's winners and quitters. So you just got to keep going and just keep. And you got to phone a friend and you borrow money. You borrow from your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, and just friends. And then there's no such thing as losing. It's a winning sport.
There it is.
Thank you.
There it is. Let's go.
I love it at the end. The guy goes, "Let's go."
Let's go. The guy's like Lombardi.
Guys.
Like Vince Lombardi, just giving some great advice to these kids.
Yeah, man. There are only losers in this. There's no losers in this thing. There are only winners and quitters, and we're winners, Andy. We're winners.
Well, we're not quitters, so I guess that means we're winners for sure.
I fucking love it. I love it. All right, let's jump on this Nebraska-Cincy game real quick.
Okay, yeah, let's do that one.
What do you think about that one? Nebraska and Cincinnati. It's holding at 6.5, right?
Yeah, I got it 6.5.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be on. I got to be honest, the kind of way I want to play this is tease Nebraska down, tease them 6, and I would do it with South Florida. I like that, but I think at 6.5, it's kind of a pass to me. But 7, I like Cincinnati. I like Nebraska. I trust some of Nebraska, but Nebraska since like 2018, 2019. They're in overtime games. They lose every close game. If it's close, Nebraska loses. So it's like 2019 and overtime games are like 0-18, and their total combined yards in those overtime games are like -20. Like they just, there's something like 2-30 something in like one-score games in the last like 7 years. So Matt Rule, that's kind of it. Normally, this is the year. The third season is the jump. I kind of think
Raiola.
Yeah, and I kind of think it's going to be next year, personally. Okay. I'm not saying they're going to be 6-6. I think they're going to be 7-5, maybe 8-4. But I think next year, I kind of like them to be a little better than that. Nebraska's going to have to show me. I do not trust Nebraska at this moment. I would take the points. I would take Cincinnati. Please God, give me 7. By half a point up, get it 7.
Yeah, if you want to take them at 7, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be on Nebraska because of what you just said. Usually it's Matt Rule, rule of 3, third season. Rayola, young kid, started as a freshman, got growing pains. He's going to be better. Rumor mills, him and Mahomes were working all off season, which you like to hear. I don't know what it means, but you like to hear that. I'm going to be on Nebraska tonight. I think they're going to show up, but we'll see. Under a touchdown, I like. If over a touchdown, I'm out.
Do what Louis says. Tease it. Tease it.
Tease that. There you go. Hey, put that with Bowling Green and USF. You got a little 3-teamer there you love. They won't let you tease that ULM game, guys. Sorry. No teasers on that.
I can't
No
tease
teasers.
the other one that you said. I can't tease the Bowling Green one.
Oh, they're cutting that one out now. I got in on some good ones yesterday. 16 and a half. It's up to 21. No tease now. So
I'm gonna give you one that you got 2 left, really, but I'm gonna give you one Thursday night game that I can't believe I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. So I'm gonna take Wisconsin at minus 18 and a half. I'd take a minus 17 and a half. Look, it's very scary because the over-under is 40. So that tells me, like, Miami, Ohio is really good at mucking it up when they play these big schools. Like, they do lose, but they keep it under. So
they're gonna pound the rock and run the clock.
Yeah. So the only reason I have Wisconsin, this is Luke Fickell year, right?
Yep.
It's his year. He has to get to a bowl game at the bare minimum to survive this job. Wisconsin's upcoming schedule next week's is very easy, but after that, it's not great. It's not great. So he needs to, these little teams this week and next week, he needs to pound them. He has to look strong as the coach of Wisconsin. So my only point is, if they get up 14 and they got a chance to put one in, they're going to do it. They get up 21, they got a chance to put one in, they're going to do it, right? So that's why I'm taking Wisconsin, right? Because Fickell's like 7-5, and they barely beat like Miami of Ohio, and they barely beat next week's team, and they barely beat some of these shitty teams. Like, I don't know. If he's 6-6, 5-7, he barely does it, then I think he's in trouble. But if he pounds them, but loses to some of the big dogs and ends the season at 7-5, 6-6, he might survive.
Sure. I get your point. I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to be out on this one for me. For one other, analytical stat that I'm going to give you guys. Go back and take a look at the top tier MAC teams playing middle of the pack power 4s in the first couple of weeks. Man, they always hang. They always hang tough, man. So that just scares me because I'm just not sure about Wisconsin. You're probably right, but I've got some other games I think I like better, and I'm gonna personally just stay away from that one. I'll give you one that I do like. That's kind of the flip side of it. It's a bad MAC team going up a middle of the pack power 4. Give me that Michigan State against Western Michigan at minus 20.5. You know what I'm saying? Tease that thing, buddy, all day. Western's bad.
They're going to be bad. I like that. Second year of Jonathan Smith and coach of Michigan State, so I like that coach a lot.
Right.
I have no idea who's playing quarterback for them, so it makes me a little nervous. But I'll probably, knowing me, I can only stomach so many minus 17 and above favorites. So
you got to jump on the early ones, though, with like this. Like you said, this is a year Sparty is expecting to be trouble in the Big Ten. They're not going to make a run at it, but they're expecting to be trouble for some teams this year. And Western is down. They're down. So I'm looking at Sparty to put it on them, man.
Here's one, because I talked about this team a couple weeks ago, and I said I was going to try to follow them all year because this team is not bowl eligible. This team also did not have a high enough IQ as a team to be bowl eligible. It's not because they did something wrong. What they did wrong is they didn't go to class. Look, I love these goddamn animals at Akron. These guys are like, we're not going to school. We're here to play football, and we're here to play football badly. Yeah, we're not even good at playing football.
Who cares if we get ejected?
They just love football. Don't even care about school, and they're not good at football. They're not good at football. No. Fucking love it. Look, the Akron Zips, I'm adopting them for a little while until I can't adopt them anymore. They're at home. They open up the chance to go 12-0 at home, 5.5-point dog. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Are you telling me I'm not taking Akron plus 5.5?
Hey, get them up to 7, buddy.
What?
Yeah. What? Who are they playing? I don't have it on my list.
Wyoming is coming from. Wyoming's on the way down. It's not in Laramie. This shit is in Akron, baby. LeBron's home. Akron. I am taking.
We're gonna see tonight. We're gonna
the
see
fucking
tonight.
Zips are gonna show up. Boy, they're gonna
love
make me look good. Give me
I
the
love it.
Zips plus 5.5. Give me the Zips money line. Just give me the Zips.
All right, hey, listen, Louis, for the next couple of weeks, I want you to track down that clip from Necessary Roughness where the jail team's getting off the bus, and every week Andy gives us his Akron pick. I want to play that when those guys get off the bus. That's the
Little
thing
Zips.
right there.
Can't go to class. Can't really
Oh.
play football. But here we are. Here we are.
Yeah, we gotta
Over-under,
have that. We gotta
the
have
win
that
total is
clip.
4.5. The win total is 4.5. We're
All right.
gonna march to 5. Starts right now, baby.
Let's do it, buddy. We're going to keep up with Akron all year long. We're going to check in with them. I love this bit. We're going to keep it going. All right. Let me give you one that I'm like, I'm going to give you a little Andy St. Clair here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Army minus 14.5 against Tarleton State. What are we doing? We're taking Army. We're taking Army to just hammer this squad, right?
I mean, something, you know what? I mean, I think your instinct's right, but it's like a hot stove on that one. What's wrong? Why is it only 14.5? Is Tarleton State, who I know nothing about, are they secretly like a really
they played
good
last week? They scored some points. They looked all right, but they didn't play a team like Army. You know what I'm saying? Army's just going to hold the ball on this team. Like Tarleton wants to get it going, score points. And Army's just going to be like, we're holding the rock. Listen, I took this thing down to 13.5 and I'm all over it. I just don't think it's not going to happen.
To me, something smells weird on this one. And maybe that's what it is. Like if Army kicks some field goals, Tarleton, whoever this Tarleton team is, I have no idea what state they're in. But
yeah. I'm going to guess Texas. All these little startup Division Ones are either in Texas or, you know what I mean? What? They're all in Texas. There's no or.
I just blindly want to take the 14.5 or whatever it is, only because I'm like, what? Who knows something I don't know? Sure. Probably a pass for me, but sure, take Army. I'm nervous. Like maybe Army starts out slow and they run. I don't have no idea. So
okay, all right.
Be careful. That smells like a be careful game to me.
Be careful game. Andy says, guys, I'm all over it by the point. Get him at 13.5. Add that to some parlays to rack up that win, that plus money total. All right, let's jump on a game. It breaks my heart to talk about, and I'm going to do something you should never do in gambling. I'm going to be actively rooting for the team I'm betting against. I'm going to be watching the Central Michigan Chippewas take on San Jose State. The line is 11.5 as of last night. I'm not sure what it moved to this morning, Andy, maybe if you have that. But I'm on San Jose State and a lot of teasers here. I've got them across a lot of parlays. We're going to see if they're as good as we discussed yesterday on the breakdown for the Mountain West. And I think they are. I'll be pulling for the chips, baby. Fire up chips all night long. But I got
13.5.
It's up to 13.5. Yeah. See, tease that thing down to a score. Get in on San Jose State.
Yeah, I would also, if you want Central Michigan, wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
You know my theory on Central Michigan.
Yeah.
I think they're going to wreck some MAC teams. Does San Jose State know how to play against the triple option? I think the answer is yes, because I think the coach used to coach at Navy, right? The head coach?
Yes. We talked about that all yesterday on the show. Andy laid out a really good scenario. If you're a Chippewa fan, go check out the MAC football preview on yesterday's college preview episode we dropped. You'll see what he's talking about. Now, Andy, let me tell you this, though. I don't disagree with you, but Navy runs that system every single year. So when they upgraded it a little bit and it looked a lot better, that's great. Those kids are used to that system. You bring that system into a modern day football program, week one, it ain't going to be clicking. It ain't going to be clicking up front.
For sure. My point is the San Jose State coach knows how to defend it, right? My point is most of the MAC coaches will have never seen it. The San Jose coach is what's his name? He used to coach. It's awesome. Ken Tula. I can't even say his name.
Yeah. He used to coach at Navy.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
He knows how to defend it. The MAC coaches do not. Right? No. They don't have the players to defend it. what I believe is coming for Central Michigan.
Well, maybe it's a big run football league, so they may just jam the box, but we'll see. I think it's a very good for what you said about Central yesterday. I'm thinking around game 4 or 5, start watching them to get clicking with that offense, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm with you. We're both on San Jose State.
Yeah.
I'm spreading that around a lot of places this weekend for sure. Let's jump on the big game. The last one I have on the docket for Thursday, Friday that I'm very interested in. Georgia Tech -4.5 at Colorado. Look, I've been saying for years, this Colorado, this Dion thing, man, they are blown up bigger than they ever should have been. You know what I mean? Even with Shador was a good quarterback, man. And what they win 6 and went to a bowl game and got blew out. I mean, like they're flipping over the quarterback. And shout out to Colorado, my man Domata Pecco. I used to coach with at Calabasas. This guy's going to be an NFL Hall of Famer in a couple of years. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. He is now the defensive line coach out there for Dion. His son used to play for me. He is out there with him in Colorado. Listen, much love to those guys, and I hope they win the game. I think it's going to be Georgia Tech's night.
Yeah, are you taking the 4.5?
I am. You know,
I would kind of bet it personally. I'd just take the money line. Like I think like the real key to me is like Colorado was a passing team last year. I think they're going to be more of a running team this year, and we'll kind of see. Georgia Tech should be good enough on defense. I like Georgia Tech, but I like them much more in the money line, mainly because like 4.5 is a weird number. Like you could final score could be like 28-24, and I'd be like, God damn it, I got that 4.5. You know, so. I'm with you. I'm kind of down on Colorado, up on Georgia Tech, so I'm going to take Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride Georgia Tech too, man. Again, much love to you, Peckos. Go get it tonight, man. And I'll be keeping an eye on little Joey, see where he's going to decide to go, man. The younger son, I believe, is a senior this year, and he's one of the highest recruited defensive linemen in the nation. Everybody's after this guy. Belichick wants him bad, and he's got NC in his top 3 right now, I think, according to his Instagram. So, hey, go get him. We used to call him Baby Pecco. He was a freshman when I was coaching him, and he started on the varsity a couple games down the stretch. Good kid, good family, man. Good luck, guys. All right, let's jump into Saturday, unless you got something else for Thursday, Friday you like.
I do have 1 or 2 left.
Let's do it. Let's stay there.
I'm going to bet all these. I'm just saying these are catching my eye.
Yeah.
One is Sam Houston State +9.5 against UNLV. Look, UNLV to me is kind of messy. They're messy, didn't look good. I'm just going off what I saw, and their defense seemed bad, and Mullen seems a little not. I don't know. I would take the 10 at Sam Houston State. I'd also play the money line. Just watch out. I just think it's possible. Like Dan Mullen's on the road doesn't scare me, to be honest.
Let me throw one little thing about that game at you here. Sam Houston, I believe, was in a tie game in the third quarter last week in a game that they were double-digit dogs, and they ended up losing by like 20-something.
Yeah.
They ended up getting blown out, and it might be a wake-up call to UNLV what happened last week. This may be a trap. But you make good points. I'm just saying things to consider, guys.
Right now, I'm just going to go by. I'm not sure UNLV's trapping anybody.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
The other Friday game is I think it's worth looking at is Auburn Baylor. Like
yeah,
look,
man.
Auburn needs the victory badly because Hugh Freeze needs it probably for his job at the end of the year. This is a great one. Baylor, it's I think one of the top 2 or 3 teams to win the Big 12. If Baylor, it's going to have a little rough times early, but then I think watch out, So the Baylor secondary concerns me a lot. If teams can throw it early, especially, I think it's going to hurt Baylor. I'm just not sure Auburn can do that. I'm not sure Auburn can throw, but maybe they can. I don't know enough.
I saw them last year against ULM. We played at Auburn last year, and I went to we went to that game, and boy, they had that one receiver that just cooked us. He had like almost 200 yards, and I think he was drafted. I don't think he's on the team again this year, but correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't dive deep on Auburn, but this kid was legit, but I think he got drafted anyway. But you're right. Listen, with this game for me, Andy, it is Auburn with that announcement this week about all their national titles. They added all the years that they were, I don't know if you saw this. They added all the years that they had undefeated seasons and claimed them as national titles. So now they went from 2 to like 11 or some shit, and they put them up on the wall at the stadium and stuff. And I'm like, listen, if you're going to be a clown show, go ahead and put on the red nose and get hammered at home in the opener by Baylor. That's what I think.
Well, they're at Baylor. That's the thing. They're
at Baylor. Okay.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I'm just taking
I'm
the
on
home
Baylor.
dog. You know, my home dog love is kind of blind. That's why I'm like, wait. They're
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
2.5, plus 3. The money line's like plus 110, 115. Like that is one of those bets for me that is so hard to get away from.
Wait,
Like,
that line has moved Baylor's a home dog in this game?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all over this, buddy.
It's hard for me to get away from it. It's hard for me to go, even though maybe Auburn beats them by 10. I have no idea. I just know me. And that's a hard one to get away from.
Yeah, I just want to be clear for everybody here. This line is at the point now where Baylor is a home dog to Auburn, right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah, can I pet that dog? Let me pet that dog.
We're gonna pet that dog. We're definitely gonna pet that dog.
Let's pet that dog. I'm on that, man.
We're petting that dog, and that dog is Baylor Bears today. And look, I do think Baylor's got a good chance. You know, what's even better if you think they're going to win the Big 12, by the way, have Baylor lose this game. Then please bet Baylor to win the Big 12 next week. You know,
Jesus.
So it depends on how you want. There's a lot of Baylor gives us some options. Is my point.
All right, man. Shit, yeah, I like that, man. Okay, let's jump into Saturday. Listen, I'm just going to start right off the top with this Maryland Florida Atlantic. Now, look, I know Maryland's had some roster turnover and stuff, but this is a team that is legitimately a middle of the pack Big Ten team. Like you got to take them seriously when you're going to play them. You should beat them, but you can't. You know, it ain't a rollover game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic, not good for this to be at 14.5 right now. Look, I can get this under 14 at 13.5. I buy 1 point and I lose. You know, it goes from minus 130 to minus 140. Yeah, give me Maryland at 13.5 in this one.
Sure. Maryland's. That one. If I'm being honest, probably a stay away just because I'm like, I don't know what to do with Maryland for me. So, you can convince me either way. So I'm in.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to be on that. I just think Florida Atlantic's going to be a bad football team this year, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe we talk. Do you want to save Texas and Ohio State, or you want to go for it?
Man, jump in on it. Let's lead with this. Now we showed this yesterday as far as the Texas and Alabama game. We showed you this analytics here. Crazy stat: last 20 years, when a quarterback makes his first start against the number one team, he is 0-18, and Ohio State's Julian Sayin will make his first start against number one Texas. So will he be the first guy to ever knock off a number one in his first start? What do you think?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't think so, and I only think that's because the option of Texas is loaded. I mean, so is Ohio State. I'm not saying, they probably have the best two players, Ohio State, in college football, and like Caleb Downs and that awesome wide receiver.
Yeah.
But to me, what hurts is like having Chip Kelly and Downs leave, the offensive defensive coordinator. They bring in Matt Patricia. I can't get around the fact that Matt Patricia is the defensive coordinator.
Bad. Everywhere he's been bad. I just don't understand. I guess it just sticks to you if Belichick says I like this guy, just sticks to you.
You're right. So I don't know. I think we're taking a tack. For me, I'm taking Texas, and I'm taking the points. It's now down to like plus 1.5. I have them. I have the money line. I have them on the money line. I would definitely. I had them on plus 3 or 2.5.
Yeah.
I just think I trust, having seen neither of these quarterbacks either that much. I know Arch played some last year.
Yeah. Again, guy I saw live. We played Texas last year at Texas ULM, and Arch played a lot in that game because what's his name was banged up. I can't even remember his name now.
Right.
Ewers was banged up, and Arch played pretty much the whole game. Struggled a little bit early, but then he ended up playing pretty well. Two things about this game. Matt Patricia being the defensive coordinator for Ohio State is Michigan Wolverine fans' wet dreams, because as Lions fans also, we fucking hate this guy. So take him as your defensive coordinator and just get our blood going even higher. Fuck them. Now, number two, and my wife is a big Buckeyes fan, so listen, you know what I mean? Take it with a grain of salt. Number two, I'm going to be pulling for Texas big time here, because another one of our guys from Calabasas, when I was coaching out there, Aaron Butler, is a wide receiver for them, was really it was one of the highest recruits in the nation as a wide receiver. Chose Texas. He's been down there a couple of years now. Hopefully he'll get some playing time in this game, man. Looking forward to seeing him go. And hopefully we're going to have his dad, Rob Butler, on Big Six Picks this year. He played for the Chargers and stuff. So we're hopefully going to get him on the show. So let's go Texas, man. Good luck to Butlers down there, man. Let's get him.
Yeah, and I gave this away at that end of that college football pod, but I do like a parlay of Texas plus money and Utah plus money, or Utah minus money, but it's not. It's like -5, -6. I just think the Utes and Texas parlay is kind of nice. It pays about 2-1. So I think it's kind of a fun one, and you might want to. People might want to get on it.
Yeah, love it. Love it. We're both on Texas in this one, and it's nothing to do with bias. That defense good enough to get a first start quarterback trouble. All right, let's jump on.
If Matt Patricia can get it done and like slow down Texas, and then look, I'll bet on Matt Patricia again next week. Just get ready for a section called "I'm betting against Matt Patricia."
Yeah, for sure. Even if he does have a week where he's good, just keep in mind, guys, a broken clock is right twice a day. This guy's an idiot. All right. Let's keep with let's mix in. Let's save some of the bigger games toward the end so we don't lose everybody here. Let's jump on this, what you just mentioned, Utah -6 at UCLA. You give me this one all day. I'm expecting Utah to go in there and bully them up.
Yeah, I the only concern is for me is that maybe the quarterback and the offensive coordinator who from the same school, Dampier, I think it's like New Mexico State, whatever. Like maybe it takes a little while to get used to the other players around, so maybe that keeps it a little close. But I like Utah to win, and maybe they win by 2 touchdowns, maybe they win by 3. I don't know, but odds are they're going to win by more than 6.
At least a touchdown, correct. And on the other side of the ball for UCLA, you got Nico and that whole fiasco, and you can't tell me that kid's not going to come out pressing to show everybody how wrong they were. And I don't think he's a talent level where you get him in a place where he presses, he's going to be better. I don't think so.
I'm with you.
No, I don't think so. I'm on Utah on that one. Boy, this is South Carolina -7.5 at home to Virginia Tech. Now, look, I know Virginia Tech is a tough team. They're a very competitive team. You don't want to play them at home. I know that. But in the season opener against a 13th-ranked team that's got a Heisman candidate at quarterback, home game, I can get this thing at 6.5. Buddy, I'm on the Gamecocks. VT, I don't see this happening.
I'm on Virginia Tech. I'm on Virginia Tech money line. I think South Carolina is to me, the overrated SEC team. The SEC team that's ranked in the top 15. And I love Sellers. I think that quarterback's awesome. But that last year was last year. That was a very different team this year. They're entirely new running back room. I think Sellers is going to have to do a lot more than he wants to do. And I also think Virginia Tech is a team that last year we all were like, these guys are going to be good, and they weren't. They were like 6-6. Yeah. Now there's no expectations. They're going on the road. I think against Beamer, right? That coach probably knows, the Virginia Tech coach. If I get fired this year, the guy I'm coaching against right now might get this job, right? And he might. Beamer might hire Beamer to come to Virginia Tech. I don't know if he'd leave South Carolina.
It could, man. It could.
But I love it's 7.5. Woo. Give me Virginia Tech. Give me the hook. South Carolina, last year's team, they didn't blow teams out. They hung in games. They won games they shouldn't have won. It was close, and I think this one's going to be close too. So I'll take Virginia Tech plus the points and the money.
All right, buddy. That's
by the way, I want to tell you, I just looked up Utah -3.5. Something's going on, and I don't know why. All the money's coming in on UCLA. Hey, I will say this argument.
Utah's by the way, down to 3.5. Holy shit! I will say this argument
for UCLA. But the last 6 games of last year, UCLA, the first 6 horrible, the last 6, they were in a lot of games. And so the coach, I have to give that coach who
Deshaun Foster is the coach still, correct? Now,
Foster,
that's my issue. I think he's got these kids play like he's not quite an X and O's Dan Campbell type. He's a Dan Campbell type. He's a player's coach. He gets these kids fired up because he was a hell of a player when he played too. He gets them fired up. Put him up against Kyle Whittingham. I'm taking the X's and O's, man.
Well, I still like Utah, but I'm just saying it's going down. If you like Utah, maybe you ride it. If you like UCLA, I think you're in kind of a bad zone.
Yeah,
but, yeah. So I'm just saying. I just saw it and I was like, oh shit.
Well, all right, man. Well, let's jump on this. This is another one of these. What are we doing? Bama -13.5 to Florida State. Look, they still have the name Florida State. They still got the cool uniforms with the helmet, and they still have all the hype. That team was bad last year. Sell me on the fact that they're going to compete against a team that we think can win the national championship in week 1. to the tune of 13.5. No,
Yeah,
give
I
me
can't.
Bama.
Yeah, I can't. Bama's my national title pick. I have Bama, Penn State. So I can't, and I won't. I like
Yeah.
Bama. I'm taking the 14. I don't know anything about the quarterback. We'll hope to see, but I think the defense is so good and so elite. Like,
Yeah.
Florida State is in my opinion, some trouble early.
He's going to get a lot of possessions today. This is going to be a good tune-up game for my man at quarterback. I'll tell you that right now. Bama all day. We're in agreement there. What do you think about this one? Let's talk about it. Notre Dame at Miami, and I'm going to tell you right out of the gates, I'm money line Notre Dame all day here. Money line Notre Dame. That Miami team is nah.
Well, I'm trying to look. So it's like what? Notre Dame's
-2.
2.5 favorite.
-2.5.
So like -5.
Yeah, Miami's home dog. I know you like a home dog, but not this one.
Like to me it's a classic spot, right, to take the home dog because for two reasons. One is you have Miami lost its star quarterback, right? That team was a weird team last year, maybe the best offensive team. Lost the number one pick, the star quarterback. The coach is shaky as hell. Marcus Freeman's a way better coach than the whatever his name is.
100%. 100%.
So, but of course, now Miami, instead of being like that passing offense, is going to run more, a little more ball control, a little more what I would just call a normal, good football team, and who won't get just passed out, right? Notre Dame also has probably the best running backs in all of college football.
That's the point, Andy. I think you just nailed why I'm on Notre Dame. For me right there was what I was going to say. This is going to turn into Miami trying to ball control a little more and run the ball more than they did last year, and their defense is terrible, and they're going up against a team who is really good at running the football and playing ball control. They want to get in that game. They want to play Notre Dame's game with a bad defense. I'm all over the Irish.
Similar to Boise State coming to South Florida. Right? Similar. That game is going to be it's 37-30. It's going to be hot there, right? Miami, whether they're good on defense or not, they have athletes who can hang with this running back. Also, the other part of the story is Notre Dame coming off an unbelievable season, right? Notre Dame has two tough games, the first two, and next week's Texas A&M. If they can survive that, if they can win one of those two, they're going to be in the playoffs. At my general, even they can drop another one, they can go 10-2. They're in. They lose both of these games, they're in trouble. So I am on Miami. I think it's a classic spot where we believe what we know, which is Notre Dame's going to steamroll this team and just keep the train going because it's last year's team. Notre Dame's got a brand new quarterback, Lloyd Carr's grandson. Like, always concerns me in camp when these teams wait to the last minute to say who the starting quarterback is. It's not like it's a high, like that means it's close. Neither's very good. I don't know what's happening. While the Miami quarterback is that dude from Georgia who trust me, he sucks. Beck. Yeah. But Beck has seen action. He has seen seen live action. So
all right, boss, let's make this our head-to-head. This is going to be this is going to be the week one head-to-head. You're on Miami, I'm on Notre Dame. Let's roll it head-to-head. Put us a little thing together for next week. We're going to have a little head-to-head every week on this one. This is our game this week. Notre Dame, Miami head-to-head. All right, let's jump. It's Catholics versus the convicts, guys. And I'm telling you what, my heart's with the convicts. I love the Hurricanes, baby, but I'm on Notre Dame this one. All right, let's jump to, so we did South Carolina. We did bet. The last game I have on my docket is one that I'm not going to bet, but I'm very interested in. I'm going to watch. I want to see the Belichick debut. TCU is a team people think is going to be very competitive this year. We don't know anything about North Carolina other than they bring in the transfer quarterback. He was named the starter yesterday. He's a dual threat guy, which is not a Bill Belichick thing at all, a dual threat quarterback. But TCU -3.5. I'm not betting it, but I will be watching it. Where are you at, Andy?
Where is it at? Is it in North Carolina?
It's at North Carolina. It's at North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Chapel Bill, baby.
Yeah.
I like TCU only because a couple years ago, this is the dumbest way to like TCU. But here we go.
Alert.
A dumb way. This probably means go take North Carolina. A couple, again, though, a home dog at 3.5 might be hard for me to get away. But a couple years ago, remember TCU played Colorado in Deion's first game? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember Colorado won?
Yeah.
Colorado won. I believe.
That was the year TCU was coming off of the national championship game.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, team. TCU will remember right? I believe they will remember. They are not going to walk in and just walk into this lightly.
It's a great
I also
point,
think
actually.
TCU is a team that if it breaks right, and this is kind of a really break right, they have a shot in the Big 12, but it's got to break extremely right.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. Competitive. They got a shot. Yeah. I think you make a great point. It's poster board stuff for them all week long. This is not Colorado again. They got the superstar coach over there. We got to walk in and handle business. I think you're right. I think you're right.
So I kind of like TCU here, but that's the only reason to ultimately and we'll see when it comes down to it. It might be hard to bet against Belichick plus 3.5. At home. So I'll let you know.
All right, man.
Yes.
Well, listen, we already ran into. We're going to end every week with our new segment called "Pet That Dog." Can I pet that dog right now? You've already given us a couple, and we've already discussed how we both like Texas as our pet that dog. So I'm going to give you a couple of the dogs I love this week, and we'll see if Andy's got any too.
No.
No.
I love that video for this segment for one reason, Andy. Not pet that dog is funny to me for this segment, but also the fact that it's a bear, because that's exactly what you're dealing with when you want to pet these dogs, man. You might get bit. You might get bit. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump on my first one here. I like Charlotte plus 6.5. I'm going to take that thing to 7.5. Charlotte plus 7.5 at home against Appalachian State. They got the Ohio coach. We talked about it yesterday. He's in their new system. He's got his transfer quarterback in there. Has been named the starter. This kid was, I forget where he was at last year. He was at a Power 4 last year. He's transferred in. He's playing for him. I think Charlotte's going to be a team that's going to make some noise because this guy's a good coach. Give me Charlotte plus the 7.5.
I love it. New coach. I like it. I 100% agree with you.
All right, 100%. We covered Texas. We're both on Texas for a dog there. I'll give you one more while you get yours together. I think we're both on this one because we both like this team in yesterday's preview. Give me UTEP plus 6 at Utah State. We can get UTEP up to 7, and we're going to see if they are who we think they are. We're going to see. I'm gonna be on UTEP plus that 7 at Utah State. I'm probably taking these teams all money line. But we'll see.
I mean, I was about to suggest you got to.
Yeah,
you just have to. You can do both, but I think if you take the points, please also take the money line.
Sure.
If you want to just make one bet, just take the money line.
Yeah, rock yourself a little safety bet if you want to. Bet them both. Bet money line and then bet the spread and maybe break even.
You're just gonna if you hit one of these dogs, it's gonna probably cover your other 3 or 5 dogs. So.
Yeah.
If you go 0-5, you go 0-5.
You go 0-5, you go 5. That's why you just pet a few dogs, man. Make your other bets, make your money, make a few safe bets, and then pet a few dogs, man. My last one is going to be Fresno State plus 3 at home to Georgia Southern. Now, Georgia Southern everybody's hot on them because they got the new coach. What's his name? You were talking about him yesterday. They think he's going to be the new hotness. This team is middle of the pack Sun Belt. Fresno State, like I said yesterday, owns the Valley. When they got a home game up there, it's Saturday. It's for the boys. That place is packed. They love it. Yeah, they got blew out last week by Kansas, but did they? Kansas got up 3 scores in the first quarter, and that game wound up 31-6. So this is a team that's not great, but they're going to play.
My concern with that game is I have that same instinct at plus 3, but my concern is that offense gave me zero. Now, it's not like Kansas defense is good, and that offense gave me no confidence. So
outside that opening drive, or the second drive,
I kind of lean Georgia Southern at the 3, but it's probably a no play for me. But that's kind of what I'm.
All right, I got to put my money where my mouth is yesterday, man. That Fresno State team would be lucky to be 500, but the home games for them, they're one of those teams, man. We're at home. Always take a look at them. They're tough up there. I've been to a couple games up there. I'm telling you, even when they're bad, it is packed in there and everybody's about it, man. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You got any other dogs?
Yeah, here's some dogs I'm going to play. I'm petting these dogs. These dogs are being petted by me. First off, let me just put it back out there again. The Akron Zips. I'm petting that dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to pet that dog all year. That dog's getting pet by me numerous times. These unscholastic.
Buddy, every week we're going to have Louis already working on the Akron segment. We're getting it together. And
I told you Sam Houston, I'm petting that dog. I'm definitely petting that dog. I'm petting Virginia Tech. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
I
betting
know
this.
you're petting that dog. To me, that dog is the bear. Don't open that fence, but
I'm
let's go.
petting it. I'm also petting. I'm gonna, I've thought about it in my 10 seconds or 1 minute. I'm gonna pet Chapel Bill. I'm definitely gonna do it.
You're
I
gonna
know
dump
me.
on?
I'm not getting away from. Even though TCU scares me, I'm not getting away from it. I just know that dog. I'm gonna see that dog in the cage. His teeth are gonna be showing me, and I'm gonna stick my hand in that cage and pet that dog. I know it.
All right,
I know.
all right,
I
man.
know I will.
All
I
right,
know I will.
you're gonna be old 3-digit Andy by the end of this weekend. It looks like, man.
I just can't. I know I can't get away. I would, if you really want to gamble, I was going to say Cincinnati, but I can't do it. You said Charlotte. I like that. I'm petting
Charlotte
that
for
dog.
sure. Yep.
Petting Baylor, Sam Houston. So I think those are the dogs I'll be petting that we've talked about overall. Oh, here's one I may pet. I'm gonna give you this one. I like this one. Toledo at
Okay.
Kentucky.
Yeah. That's not a
Why
bad.
is Kentucky good? Why is Kentucky
No,
good? They're not.
They're
They're
not.
not good. Toledo's like plus 240 at plus 9.5. Like
Yeah.
you can play that both ways,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yep.
So I'm petting that dog. But I think that's it. I think that's it for me.
That's a
But,
good. I think that's a good dog. Real quick before we get out of here, for one reason, because here's how I see that game playing out. You expect Kentucky to win because down the stretch they'll pull away because they have more dudes, right? Like that game will be competitive, but the MAC teams, they're just not as deep as like Kentucky's going to be. And here's why I like that. If you can get it to like 10, it's at 9. If you can get it to 10, 10.5, here's why I like that, because here's how it plays out at the end. Kentucky pulls away to go up to 2 scores, and then Toledo grabs a junk score on the scrubs at the end and covers. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And the other one I'd play that we haven't talked about is, look, I'm just playing because I think maybe they have enough athletes to hang in there, and maybe they keep it close. And the quarterback, who's pretty good, is going to be a pretty high pick, gets them in there, is LSU. Right? LSU against Clemson, like all Dabo, and I sent you a stat the other day. It says Dabo's like 6-13 against these top teams, SEC teams against the spread. Dabo's not Dabo, right? Now this Clemson team, Dabo's not Dabo what he was years ago. This Clemson team is really good. I'm not saying they're not really good, but if LSU could keep it close and get Nussmeier a chance, then you never.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's
I
worth a
won't
shot
be betting this
and-
one, but I'll be watching.
I would say like $1. I'm not putting. I don't feel high confidence, but I guarantee you, I will pet that dog.
Andy, did you just say I'll buy that for $1?
No. I said no. I said place $1. I would never buy it for $1. I'd place $1 on it.
Yeah, okay. I heard dollar, and I was like, oh, Louis in my ear, like, see there, dollar. Now it's not sticking, but
place $1. I would never buy it for $1.
We're gonna have to move that thing around. All right, guys. Hey, that's week 1 NCAA. Next week, we're gonna have the Big 6 picks coming. We got Garrett Fuller from Wayne County Life. You've seen him all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. This guy's everywhere. Bally Sports Detroit. He's rep by the Tigers, the Lions, the Red Wings, the Pistons. They have him on all their spots, man. He's a good friend of mine. Detroit comedy. Andy, he's one of these guys that is coming out of that whole Detroit comedy, like early 2000s. Everybody, you know what I mean? He's one of these guys from that group, and he's a brilliant comedian. Great dude. He's going to be on the show for week 1, and then we're going to have Alright Bet afterwards. And next week, we're going to have college and football games, right? So we're going to have 2 episodes for you every week. You're going to check them out. We're going to win you some money, and we'll have our recap next week, brother. That's it for this week, man. Let's win some money, pet those dogs, and we'll see you next time. There's supposed to be just play the short one.
Oh, no.
It's time for another episode of Alright Bet. I mean, you almost had a good show, man. A heads up right to the end there. We always say we'll see you next time, and then
I even gave $1 thing.
We were sizing it. We were ready for lights, man. Could you be a little better in the booth there, buddy? Come on now.
We cutting loose.